And that is to say, recording in progress. There we go. I usually forget to hit that button, but I think this is one that's important enough for us to have in our library. Go back after it in a little bit, as we move forward. But again, thank you guys very much for joining us. So let's go ahead and get things started. And the first piece of business, if it comes up, oh, there it is, okay, is our mission statement. So I think it's very important to understand what we stand for as an organization in Las Vegas. So a few of us are going to be heading down there. The office might be shut down that week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But either way, if you're going to EXPCon, let's go. Let's have our heart and our mind open to receive the information that's going to be there. Come back transformed and explode into the end of the year. Let's make it an amazing Christmas. So what I want to do now is I'm going to bring up Mr. Jesse, and I hope I get his last name correctly, Zagorsky. And I've been practicing that all day, brother. So I apologize if I butchered it, but I really tried. He's an out-of-the-box thought leader who has empowered agents to scale, expand, and accelerate their businesses and influence. His mission is to help agents sell more homes and growing their revenue share organizations while creating an extraordinary life for himself and for the agents that he's working with. Jesse is obsessed with creating fantastic client experience and loves optimizing his conversion rates. He currently serves as a national director of DS Pros, which is Default Servicing Professionals, and has tremendous experience in the foreclosure market. His San Diego-based team consistently, did over $40 million in volume. He began his career in 2004 and has filled most roles in a real estate brokerage. As a national sales trainer and speaker, he's appeared at NAR annual conference, at Inman, and other events. He's the founder of the Agent Collective, which I'm really excited about learning what that is and seeing how I can be a part of that, which creates engaging original content for real estate agents like Agent Power Huddle. He is also a father, husband, musician, surfer, and a triathlete. I wouldn't have known that by the amount of beef he ate when we sat down at Ruth Chris, but I won't judge him on that. I think he handles it pretty well. But without further ado, if you're there, Jesse, let's give a warm welcome to Jesse Zagorsky.
I am here, and you got the last name right, Alex.
Awesome.
I love the energy on this call. You are a fantastic host, Alex. So give me a little guidance. You want to point me in the right direction. If everyone here already with EXP and there's anything specific you want me to kind of use our time together, kind of point me in the right direction.
Yeah, no, everybody is part of the EXP family. Okay. One or two maybe are just waiting to get their license or waiting for their test date, but everyone here is understands the model. And I just want, for me personally, I just invited some friends over to the call. I'm just excited that you're here. So I just invited them over, but I just want to hear your story because I know I read this, and this is what even what attracted me more to getting you on the call is that in 4.5 years, you built an organization of over 1,400 agents, and as I understand, you had another brokerage before. So I want to hear what is it that got you to move here, but also what is it that you're doing to do such an amazing job with your agents?
Yeah, absolutely. And when I say I built a network of 1,400 agents, that's total. That's everything combined. I've only personally brought to EXP 34 people. Right? That's how many I referred, which to some of you that might sound like a lot. To me, that doesn't sound like 4.5 years. That's less than an agent a month. If I worked for any other broker owner, if I was their recruiter, they would have fired me a long time ago. Not even a very good recruiter. I brought over the 34 people, though. They brought friends who brought friends who brought friends. That's what's turned into this group of 1,400. And you said something a few minutes ago, Alex, that I wrote down. You were talking about a farm and you were talking about a sales business. But when it comes to building an EXP organization, for me, it's exactly what you said. You said it's all about relationships. And that's what it was for me too. So the cool thing about this is I was not some industry superstar. Like, he read my bio. When I listened to the bio, I'm like, wow, it sounds pretty good. But like, truly, like, you wouldn't have recognized my name. You wouldn't have heard about me. Like, it wasn't like any industry bigwig. I'd been in real estate for a long time. I ran my brokerage in San Diego for about 14 years. My mother has been my business partner my entire career, so I'm a certified
Wow.
mama's boy. Very, very grateful to have worked with my mom all these years. And like it says on the screen right there, literally after 14 years, the biggest our brokerage ever was 41 agents. And that took years to get there. At the time we moved to EXP, brokerage was about 20, 21 agents. And so we moved over to EXP. And what happened was someone sat me down about 9 months before it, and they tried to walk me through what EXP was, try to walk me through the concept of it. And I didn't even care. I didn't want to listen. I wasn't interested. I told them no. And then I just kept beating my head against the wall. I kept trying to build my sales team. We were doing, some months were really good, some months we weren't as good. I don't know if anybody's experienced that in the current market, right? Like some months your sales are good, some months not as good. Anyone have that besides me in their, like 3 people are blinking their eyes. All right, everybody's, the camera must be out, because that's most agents right now. That's right. So this is kind of what it was back then too. This is, the market wasn't crazy. This is back in 2018, 2019. Inventory wasn't as low as now, but it wasn't a super hot market. And I just started looking for other ways that I could gain back some time freedom. And I thought it was going to be through scaling a sales team. And I beat my head against the wall for years trying to figure out, okay, how do I build how do I scale a sales team? How do I get to the point where I now have two little kids? My kids are now 5 and 8. So if you do the math, if I joined EXP 5 years ago, it means I had a newborn baby, right? And a 3-year-old. And so I was at this point in life where I was sitting there with my wife going, there has to be a different way we could do this, instead of trying to take client calls at 10 o'clock at night. And Alex, I commend you for the energy you have. I hear it on this call immediately. Like, you were all in it. But for some of us, we can't sustain that forever, right? Like you can't burn both ends of this candle. And I wanted to figure out a way I could just be there for my kids, to be more present, to be a dad. I still like selling houses. I still sell houses. I closed 2 houses last week, right? Like I like selling houses, but I didn't want to have to sell them forever. I wanted to have another option. So for me, I started looking at this platform of EXP going, okay, it's a way that I can get more support with other, people running teams and see how I can kind of do this. But I knew my real vision was exactly what I've built. I wanted to scale my revenue share group, right? I wanted to consciously get to sell houses because I choose to, not because I have to. And so I just went out and I started talking to the friends I knew in the industry. The one thing I had going for me was I'm a fairly friendly guy, and I've been doing a lot of real estate conferences in my career. I've been doing this 20 years. And when I'd go to conferences and coaching events and pitch sessions, wherever, I just make friends, right? So if you're the type of person where you're already out there making friends, awesome. That's what I did. If you are not been in the industry for a while, if some of you are new, you're like, well, I didn't do that. I'm new. Okay, cool. Are you selling houses, right? Do you do deals with agents? Maybe if you're not selling houses, do you at least talk to agents when you're setting up showings? Do you ever preview properties? Do you, right? Like in the course of what you do day to day, don't all of you guys bump into real estate agents all the time? Hopefully, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And this is not about pitching people. The way I built from 34 agents into 1,400, I didn't meet new people and vomit EXP on them already. I just started building relationships. Like the calendar that Alex just shows you. Man, you have so many fantastic tools in this group. Immediately, I saw it when you have this call here. You can invite someone to a call like this. If they felt the energy and just what Alex was doing the last few minutes I caught, where you guys are filling each other's bucket and celebrating wins. Do you know how many agents don't have that in their life right now? Just invite them to something like this to check it out. That alone is going to rock their world. But that you guys have in-person events you can invite to. And so as you meet someone that you appreciate, if you start to invite them to things and develop that relationship, that then down the road will help you earn the right to then ask about, hey, I like your energy. I like your vibe. I love where you're going. I'd love to help support you. Is there a way we could look at collaborating at a deeper level? That's really all I did was make friends. And I did that for long before EXP. And when EXP came around, I just started asking these people, cool, right? I'd love to collaborate with you. I love your energy. Can we collaborate at a deeper level? They said, I'm open to that. Great. Let me have you learn about EXP. And that's truly, Alex, all I did. And so it started by 1 or 2 agents, another 2 or 3. And my goal, I knew by the time I got up to about 20 people I directly sponsored, I'd have some leaders with me at that point that would want to do what I was doing. I was still selling houses full time. I was running my sales team, right? I would do a little bit of agent attraction in the morning and a little bit at night, because at the time, my son, who was 3, was sleeping really badly. If any of you guys are taking notes on action steps for how to build a revenue share group, have a child who's not sleeping well and move into their bedroom. So you were stuck in a dark bedroom at night with nothing to do other than text and DM other agents. I'm totally serious, guys. Same thing works for prospecting. Go lock yourself in a dark room where you have nothing to do other than text and DM potential buyers and sellers. Like I sat there for 2 hours every night. He'd go to sleep. He was 3 years old. He'd go to sleep at like 7:30, and I'd be laying there awake until 10 o'clock. And so I would usually watch an EXP video, something to get me excited. I wasn't trying to, I just would get all excited about how much this platform can help agents, how much it can change people's lives. And as I was listening to people telling these stories, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Then I just like, I gotta reach out to some people. So I would just start messaging friends that I knew and, hey, how's your world going? How's your business? And I would start text message conversations. And I'd say, I'd love to catch up more. Let's have a conversation tomorrow. I want to tell you what I'm working on. Love to hear what you're working on. Can we catch up? And I'd book appointments for the next day. That's what I did. That's like, it's nothing, no rocket science, nothing crazy. Like I just did that. And I started having enough conversations with people where then I would invite them to learn a little more about EXP or come to one of our calls. That's something like, that's really all I did. And from there, it started to scale where I had leaders who brought leaders, After about 2 years into EXP, I was at about 400 and some odd agents, and I decided I would stop working on Fridays. So I now take every, for the last two and a half years, I haven't worked on a Friday. So I work Monday through Thursday. I work no nights, no weekends. Like this is a doable path that all of you have access to. Wow. I hope you keep selling houses, especially if you love it. But I hope you get to the point where you can do it by choice. And it just starts by one at a time, inviting people to calls like this. Alex, you got specific questions on this story? I could keep rambling for a while, but I want to make sure I'm giving you stuff that's useful and helpful for you guys.
I think you said it a lot. I ran out of ink. I had to get another pen.
You got good thing it's recorded.
I'm gonna play this over again. I do have a couple of questions, but I want to open it up for anyone on the call, whether you're a vendor, an agent, or you're thinking about real estate, or you don't have no idea why you're on the call. If you have
can I tell one story for someone while they're thinking of questions?
Yeah.
Because I'd love it for you guys to open questions, but like it's hard to wrap your mind around seeing someone who now has 1,400 people in their group because it's almost so far to like relate to, right? Like I remember I met some people at my first EXP event. I sat next to a guy and he had like 1,200 agents in his group. I'm like, I don't even get it. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I think I can get there, but I like to tell stories about people that I've seen that are either earlier in the journey or like, I've got a buddy named Nevin. Nevin had never sold a house before he joined EXP, got his license, joined EXP. In his very first year at EXP, he sold just over 20 houses. Like he just dove in and prospected like a madman, 20 houses, and he attracted 10 people in his first year at EXP. He had no experience, no background. He's a very friendly, outgoing guy. I will tell you that he's good at building relationships, right? That's what he did. But like, he didn't cold call people. Every time he'd meet an agent he'd like, he'd invite him out for coffee. Actually, he said he invited him out for tacos. That was usually his jam. He'd invite him out for tacos. He said he gained a lot of weight that first recruiting because he would go out for tacos. I was like, yeah, let's go for tacos. That's what it is. Anyway, so I just want to give you some stories. And I have a few more like that, but like literally, you don't have to sell a lot of houses. You don't have to have experience even. This is doable for anybody. All right, questions. Go for it. What do you guys got?
I'll start with one, and then I hope that this kind of rolls down for others to open up. And I have a very shy group. I'm trying to get the energy and get the enthusiasm out there.
They got enthusiasm. They got enthusiasm. It's just percolating. I can tell. But by the way, the joke I always say is they're a very polite group, right? They're very polite group.
They're very respectful amongst each other. They don't want to talk over each other. But Here's my question to you: how did you come to CEXP?
So this was, I had a good friend who was actually the best man at my wedding, who we'd run another business together. And he joined EXP about a year before me. And he was so excited about it. Like literally, it was like, Jesse, I got to tell you, I just went to this event. Like I'm a grown man and I was crying at this event because this thing is going to change our lives. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He's like, you got to watch this video, bro. You got to watch this video. And he sent me this video. I'm like, I'm really busy. I got a baby. This is actually just before baby came. I'm about to have a baby. I've got my team. I'm busy. Like, okay, I'll watch it. And I would watch like a minute or two of it and I'd shut it off. Like 6 times he sent me videos and I never watched them. This is a guy who I like do really well because he wasn't speaking to what were my pain points in that moment. Right. So it wasn't until I watched a couple other friends of ours who are mutual friends who also joined EXP that I was like, okay, they're going and they're going and they're going. Then I got curious. And instead of him even asking me, I started going out and looking myself for information. So I went back to him. I'm like, okay, I've done a little research. Now I'm curious. I want you to break it down for me. So that's where you have, what the lesson I learned in that was, you have to access people through their own concerns. You have to meet them where they're at. If some of you guys love what I'm talking about, you're like, man, I love the idea of revenue share. Great. Let's help you build it. But most agents you talk to out there, they're not laying awake at night thinking, how do I build a residual income stream? They're laying awake thinking, how do I close another deal? Right? How do I get some stability in my business? How do I get some support? That's why usually you want to ask questions to find out where they're coming from. And so even though this guy, Alex, knew me so well, he never asked me what my pain points were, what I was working on, what my challenges were. He was just excited. He was like, check it out, check it out, check it out. And we kind of laugh about it later, because if he would have stopped and asked me my pain points and sat down and watched the video with me, I probably would have been there 9 months earlier.
Oh, I love that. Meet them where they're at. That's powerful. Okay. Good stuff. All right. Anyone else? That took 30 seconds. Come on, guys. Help me.
Yes, I have a question. I have a
Go
question.
ahead, Carla.
Go ahead, Carla.
Yes, I just want to know, how much money do you get every time you sponsor someone?
It's a very good question. So you get $0 for sponsoring someone, because unless they sell houses, you don't make any money. However, when they do sell houses, right? You get, the way I look at it is this, and this is the language I use, guys. You want to take notes on this, because people outside our company, they don't know what revenue share is. I look at it as a referral fee. You refer someone to EXP, that agent gets their full commission. The money EXP collects, they give us a referral fee to say thank you for referring them to the brokerage, right? So what I ask when I'm talking to agents, I'm asking things like, hey, are you interested in shifting some of your transaction-based income for referral-based income? Because most agents, right, they get the concept of referrals. Well, if they've never done it themselves, at least they know it. But like, if you send a referral out to someone in another market, that agent does all the work, and then you just check mailbox money. Check just shows up in the mail. That's what I look at. That's how I just explain EXP to outside people. So the money you get a maximum of, I don't know how well you know this, Carla, what level of detail you're looking for, about $2,800 per agent per year is the maximum you get for people you've directly sponsored. If you've never gone over in this call, I can do it in 3 minutes or less. Alex, if you've never gone over Gene Frederick's 3 napkins, I can break down how that looks like.
Yeah, no, take your time. Absolutely.
Cool. All right. So let me put this up on the screen, and then I'll tell you that if you want to know exactly how much I'm making, Carla, happy to show you. I'll literally show you the back end of my system so you can kind of see what it looks like and what I'm earning each month. And
I'm excited to hear that.
yeah,
You
Look
just
at that. You got
I
somebody
think
excited. They're not going to sleep now.
yeah, well, that's the idea, because someone, like, you can't, I'll show it to you guys in a second, but like, just, you're welcome to take screenshots. Just don't post it on social. We're not supposed to put it out there in the universe. But for people that are with EXP, I'm happy to show you. And the reason why I want to show you is because this is what got me excited before I joined. Like, I saw someone showed me the revenue share check that was like $5,000 a month, and then a bigger one, then a bigger one. I was just like, this is possible. Like, I can go do this without any expenses and any liability. I can go out and build this. I'm in. But let me show you. Let me put this on the screen. If you guys have seen this before,
I'm in.
You're in. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You guys have seen this one before. Stop me, but I can run through this in all of about 3 minutes.
Something on the screen right now?
No, I'm putting it up right here. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm pulling up
I
the
don't
right
know if I was
slide. This one. I got a bunch of slide decks. It's have you guys seen this before? 900,000, 4%, 36,000, 3,000.
Not this way. No.
No?
No.
All right, cool. So this is a guy named Gene Frederick. Gene Frederick is the one who showed this to me. I'm going to drop a link into the chat box. Let's see here. Let me copy this. This is Gene Frederick doing this version. It's a 22-minute video, but I watched this video, I don't know, over 100 times at this point. I've literally watched this thing over and over and over. Don't go watch it now. We'll wrap it in a few minutes. You can go watch it then. But I'm going to give you, this is the short version, okay? This is the 3-minute version of what Gene's going to walk you through in this video. But this is how he puts revenue share into context, right? Let's say you were to save $900,000 after taxes, right? $900,000. That, like, if you started saving today and you saved $50,000 a year after taxes for the next almost 20 years, that's how long it would take to save 900,000 bucks. That's a lot of money. We all agree on that, right? Okay. So
Yes.
if you did that, they asked financial advisors, they said, all right, how much money could you withdraw at just the interest? This money is going to sit in the bank. They said you could conservatively get about 4% interest per year. That's going to be $36,000 a year or $3,000 a month. Does that make sense, guys? 900,000 is going to sit in the bank. You're going to get 3,000 a month. Now, in Southern California, where most of us are, that's a mortgage payment. Maybe it's a car payment, right? Depending on where you live, but it's not enough to live on, but it's a pretty darn good start. And if I dropped $3,000 a month into any of your bank accounts, would you guys be okay with that? Okay.
I would love to.
Okay, so this is the alternative for revenue share. Instead of saving all this money at EXP, let's say you go out and you attract 6 agents, right? Maybe you do it in 6 weeks. Maybe it takes you 2 years. It doesn't matter. If it takes you 2 years, that's 3 agents the first year and 3 agents the second year. Does not qualify you as the world's greatest recruiter. Everybody with me on that? You're doing deals. Someone's like, oh, you're at EXP? Like, yeah. What do you think about it? It's pretty cool. Talk to my buddy Alex, right? Jump on this. If that's all you do, you can attract 3 people a year. These 6 agents are worth to you, is what I was saying before, right? A maximum, Carla, of $2,800 per agent per year. Every time they sell a house, the people you referred in, they get their full commission. The money EXP collects, they share back with you 3.5% of the total commission. So if it's a $10,000 commission, you get $350. And you get that every time they sell a house until they hit their cap, at which point you've earned that $2,800. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Now I know why my sponsor is really happy every time that I have something in it.
Exactly. And I'm going to pause right here, stop my 3-minute timer, because I got to point this out, guys. This is when I explain this. I always say this because this is truly the magic of EXP. For some of you guys, this will become an amazing income stream, right? It truly is. But for 90% of our company, right, who doesn't focus on recruitment, they just sell houses. The reason why revenue share still matters is exactly what Carla just said. Your sponsor gets really happy when you sell houses. So they are incentivized to have you keep selling houses. They're incentivized to help you, to train you, to support you. It creates a level of cooperation that has never really existed in our industry. And it's not just your direct sponsor, right? It's the person who invited them. So these 6 people are worth $16,800 right there. That's enough to cover your whole cap, by the way. So if you're a solo agent, right, with a $16,000 cap, by inviting 6 people to this company, you've now covered your cap. But these 6 people, let's say they invite 6 friends. This is where you end up having, revenue share actually is 7 levels down. Those of you with the company, hopefully you know that it's 7 levels. These are the 7 people that are directly incentivized to help you kick butt and sell houses. But on the second tier, if you refer someone in here, let's say you know these 6, you don't even know these 6 down here. These are friends of friends. This actually pays more. It's worth $3,200 per agent per year. That's another 19 grand. And that's every year they're with the company selling houses. You add them up, you just created $36,000 a year in income. So you could go save $900,000 in the bank, right? Maybe take 20 years, or you go attract 6 agents. Isn't that one of the coolest things you've ever seen?
I love it.
Okay. If you want, guys, if in the video, go watch the one I gave you with Gene Frederick. He'll walk you through the blueprint of how to make $15,000 a month, right? Because that's a pretty straightforward equation. And I promised before we wrap up, I would show you the back end of what my EXP looks like. So here is mine. Let me put it on the screen here. I have personally attracted to EXP 34 people. Like I said, maybe it sounds like a lot, maybe it sounds like a little. I have no idea, but this is over time. If you commit to this consistently, the same thing that I think it was Karen was taught right from title, who was talking about doing these things consistently. Have some accountability in your sales business. Get some accountability around agent attraction. Little activities consistently all add up. 34 people I've brought in. 23 of them are FLQA. I've added to my group in the last 30 days, 67 new agents. I didn't talk to 67 of them. I maybe spoke to 7 of them, 8 of them. The other ones are all friends of friends who joined somewhere myself. Like I added, if you remember, my brokerage was 41 agents. I added more agents to my brokerage in the last 30 days, to my group in the last 30 days than my entire brokerage, which took me 14 years to build. Isn't that wild?
It is.
This is my entire group, right? Here's all 7 levels. And I'll zoom this out so you can get everything on the screen at once. And this is what I got paid a couple days ago. This is a monthly amount. I got $56,000 a month ago.
Oh my gosh.
This is what is pending for next month. This is going to keep going up till the middle of October. So probably I've been averaging about 60,000 a month. I mean, if you look, this is 261 sales. That's how many homes my group sold last month. This is like running a massive team. This is what I'm making now, 56, 68, 70, 86. This is each month without selling a single house. Is that wild?
That is
It
wild.
is.
And I'm showing you guys this not to brag. I hope you know I'm incredibly grateful and humbled to be to have built this organization. Like I truly feel blessed. I show it to you because this is possible for all of you guys. I'm not anything special or unique. I just built relationships and consistently started to invite people to check it out and then encourage them to plug in to the resources we have. You guys have so many resources. Alex is an incredible leader, right? All of everybody in the support group is so many incredible leaders. You just got to plug people into it. That's all it is.
That's huge. Great question, Carla. You see what you did? You wrecked all of our minds.
I'm gonna start
got
putting on my
rocked.
TikToks. I'm
You
gonna start
see?
implementing that on my TikToks now.
There you go.
That's awesome. Well, you answered my second question that I had for you tonight, and that was, how has the EXP model improved your life? And then you said Fridays are you're off now, right? Family time obviously is a big thing for you. What are some of the other things that the EXP model has afforded you or allowed you to now do more of?
I mean, it's taken that sense of anxiety off of where the next sale is going to come from. I mean, I've been doing real estate for 20 years. That feeling never goes away in sale. No matter how many homes you sell, I was always worried about my next commission check. Always. Right? For the first year or two of building revenue share, I was still going like, is this going to continue? Now it's gone on so consistently for so long. Like it really has taken that, like my stress level anxiety has come that much down. That's the biggest gift any of us can have. Will this thing last for the rest of my life? Can I pass it on to my kids? I can. Will it last? I have no idea. But I know that it's going with such good momentum. It's only growing. Like this is, none of you have missed the opportunity. This is go time. The next few years, we have a tremendous opportunity. So it's brought my stress level down. I got more time with my kids. And it's really allowed me to connect with some amazing agents. Like just, I'm having more fun now than I've had in any time in my career. Truly.
Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? Any questions? I know we got some questions out there, so please don't be shy. Go ahead and unmute yourself and shoot away.
Go ahead, Michelle.
I have a question. How do you approach an agent? Say you know an agent, they're a high producing agent with another agency, but how do you actually approach them about it? I mean, I know I can ask them, hey, would you like to grab some coffee or go for lunch? But how do you strike up the conversation about it?
So I always joke
Without,
when I ask this. Yeah, I always joke.
without sounding pushy.
Yeah, the first thing I always say is hello. That's how you start any conversation. No, but I'm kidding. Here's it. I'm going to give you a specific script. I dropped it in the chat box. I'll put it on the screen because I know that people, like, if you're not a script person, you don't have to say this. I know some people will feel more comfortable if they have a blueprint. This is not the only way. I'm sure Alex has things he can tell you to do. One way, Michelle, might be literally invite him to something like this. But if you're like, they're a top producer, not getting on a call like this, like, I want to be more direct. If you have a relationship with them, this is the script I would use. If you don't have a relationship, I would tweak this. But even if you have just a minute, like you did a deal years ago, or you know who they are, as long as you have some sort of relationship, this would work. Hey, so-and-so, I've got a business reason for calling, but first, how have you been? Right? Make small talk for a few minutes if you know him really well, very short if you don't know him, but like, you're going to say, how have you been? Okay, great, small talk. Then we're going to move on. We go, here's why I'm calling. I've always respected this about you. Give a specific compliment. I've always loved blank about you. I always admired, respected this. I give them a specific, genuine compliment, right? Something you like about their business. They're professional. They answer calls. They have great marketing. Their clients love them. And I believe I found the next chapter in real estate. Okay. Everything that's ever been broken in our industry, EXP has fixed it. And here I don't put a pause in. I don't pause because as soon as you say EXP, you're going to get some sort of reaction, good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. So I'm saying everything that's ever been broken in our industry, EXP has fixed it. I'm sure you've been hit up by a bunch of people about EXP by now. This is where I pause and I let them say whatever they want to say. I hate it. I love it. I don't know anything about it, but I give them a chance to say whatever it is. And it doesn't matter what they say. I'm going to repeat and acknowledge whatever they say. Great. You talked to a lot of people, or you know this, you know that. Great. Okay. I want to be really clear. I don't need to recruit you. I'm just looking for a way we can link arms, a way that we can collaborate at a much deeper level. Are you open to exploring ways we can do that? That's the script I would use with a top producer. If you are a brand, and I don't know your background, Michelle, if you're a brand new agent and you're like, this top producer is not going to want to collaborate with me, fine. Tweak the script slightly and say, I want you to collaborate with my partner, mentor, Alex, who's an incredible human being. I just want to see if there's a way we can, he's so amazing. I just want to see if you can collaborate at a deeper level with him. Are you open to exploring ways we can do that? right? You can tweak it that way. If you're new, you can still use this script. But if they're a total stranger, it's weird to ask them to collaborate with you because you don't know them at all. This is for people you
Yeah.
know. Is that helpful?
No, that's very helpful.
Cool. I got other scripts we can do, Alex. I can send you stuff. I know Brent's got plenty of scripts that he uses. Brent Gove has some really great scripts that you guys are connected to. Brent's how I met Alex originally, but hopefully that helps you there. That's the script I use, and it's really relationship based.
Thank you.
Good question.
Super, super good. Yes. Thank you, Michelle. Who else? Anybody else got questions? Is it Flo, or did you have a question?
Hey, Alex, this is Tom. Just want to
Tom.
comment for Jesse. Hey, Jesse, I posted that I was in a Zoom meeting, and you were the speaker, and Oscar Montalvo from REMAC say, hey, I know Jesse. He's a great realtor.
That's awesome.
Small world. Small world.
It's a very small world. I love Oscar.
Yeah, I know. So we got to, Alex, we got to recruit Oscar now.
You should. I've been trying to recruit him for 4 years. I don't know why we can't get him out of that Remax office.
Now we have a hook with him.
Right. There you go. Absolutely.
I love it, man.
Good stuff, Tom. Like I say, it's a big planet, small world.
And there's plenty of agents out there for all of us to win in a really big way. I mean, if you come from the good place in your heart that you just want to help agents, truly, that's the way to win at this. I know we're. I was just gonna say, I know we're 7 minutes over. I know that I know it's supposed to end at 7:30, but I appreciate you guys being here. And if you guys don't have questions now, if you guys message me in Workplace, I'll help you whatever I can do. Whatever I can do to answer questions, help you, please let me know, guys.
Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time. I had a chance to meet you. I don't know if you remember, we met at Ruth Chris at one time, and you came across as just someone very humble. And as I like to say, you don't say things to impress people, but you say them to impress upon people that they can do it as well. And that's what I captured, the spirit that I got the day that we met at the restaurant. And I said, one day, I don't need his autograph, because one day I'm gonna be having dinner with him again, so I don't need to get his autograph from the Rockstar right now, because I'm gonna get a chance to meet him again. So I look forward to seeing you in Vegas. Hopefully we get a chance to connect while we're at EXPCon. And anyone else have anything they'd like to ask before we let Jesse get back to his family? No? All right. Silence usually says that everyone agrees on moving forward. So Jesse, again, my friend, thank you so much. I owe you big time, and I promise that I will make it up to you by getting our agent count to 1,400 as well, and seeing how we can surpass that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys already know it, but you have an incredible leader with Alex. So thanks for having me here, guys.
Appreciate you, Jesse. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Bye, guys. Have a good
Thank
night.
you so much,
Thank
Jesse.
you.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to finish up here in just a second. I just got a couple slides I definitely want to share with you. Just really excited about where we're at, but more importantly, where we're going. Right now, our goal for